All right, good morning. Hi, welcome to 24 on 24. A lot of new people are following and they don't know what the 24 on 24 means. 24 on 24 started when I was driving home from the Karen Read trial. I would do like a wrap up of everything that happened during the day from trial. I would live tweet and then I wanted to talk about it because, as you can tell, I like to chit chat. And so I would jump on while I was on the road on the way home, which happens to be Route 24. Although by the time I was always starting before I hit 24. Anyway, and then it was like 24 minutes one day, and I was like, oh, so we'll call it 24 on 24. This show evolved from that. I started doing spaces on X in the morning when I was driving, again because I like to talk when I'm in the car. And then the bestie suggested that I do this on YouTube because everything is monetized on there. And I was like, I don't like change. I'm not like, you know what I mean? I don't like change. And then people were like, oh, I don't have X, or I'm not on Facebook. I would really like to listen to you. And I was like, okay, I'll do it on YouTube. Turns out it's actually just as easy. I like this because on Spaces, I could not see comments. You know what I mean? And now I can see comments and interact. Or I could see comments, but it was just, this is different. It's better. It is actually better. So whoever suggested it, thank you. And so we tried to come up with a name for this. What did we call it? We called it Buckle Up Besties. Nothing hit the way 24 on 24 hit. And also a lot of the people who followed me during the trial would say, I miss your 24 on 24s. I used to listen to them every afternoon. So in an homage to how things all started, we went back and we called this 24 on 24. What I'm actually doing is I'm driving from my daughter's high school on the way home and getting a coffee, and then I would be done. But then it has turned into, let's drive around a little bit. Sometimes I do some recon work, go spy on some stuff, political stuff, town stuff. And then I sometimes go to the waterfront and chit chat. Depends what's going on. I love that I used to try to keep this under an hour, and now sometimes it goes over 2 hours. Big message from the besties this past week when I did Bunny After Dark and the show was over 4 hours. I was like, I feel such guilt talking and keeping you all around. I just want to let you know, like, I feel guilty about that, but a lot of people were like, we can leave when we want. You know that, right? We're not hostages. And I was like, yeah. Or you can leave and come back. You know what I mean? Like, I have to get rid of that. I know eventually over time I'll feel differently about that, but man, a 4-hour stream makes me feel really guilty because I'm like, would I watch a 4-hour stream? I don't know. Not if it's fucking Brian LTL, I'm not. I can tell you that. That guy is, his comments on me online are, I don't know, I can't even explain it. Like, I've never seen someone like make such a misstep in anything I've that's probably too much. But Brian's comments about me are I find them very comical because, like, if you've met Brian, and I know some of you have not met Brian LTL, and if you don't know Brian, I was a guest on Brian's show. He asked me to be on his show during trial 1, which I did a couple of shows for him on Wednesdays to give him exclusive, takes on what happened inside the courtroom. And, he got the first dibs on hearing from me, when I was inside the courtroom. But trial 2, he offered for me to do a weekly segment, weekly show with him, and he paid me $1,000 to do it over 6 weeks. And I did. And I hated every minute of it because I got to know Brian more. And I really, all the characteristics that you're seeing right now are characteristics that I saw when I was working with him, and just don't like it. So anyway, because I told everybody about my truth journey with Brian, love that everybody can do truth journeys. And I don't know. I'm doing a truth journey with Brian that I was like, this guy is just weird. You know what I mean? He's got weird hangups about other people. He's very jealous of all the other content creators, which I wasn't at the time. He's very consumed with other people and what they're doing. And guys, you clearly know me at this point. I am not concerned about what other people are doing. I don't look at other people's stuff. I cringe when I do something that is even similar to like Jimmy, because I'm like, I didn't watch Jimmy. So I used a phone one time and somebody was like, oh, Jimmy uses a phone. I was like, okay, bitch, we don't use a phone again. Like, although I do have the Hot Lips phone. So I just don't. I've gone through this gamut of social media for so long that like, yes, there was a time in my life where I was looking at mean comments on Facebook back in the day during the Will Flanagan recall days where people really came at me. I remember what did it for me was a fake profile on Facebook years ago. By the way, I was all about removing Flanagan from office, and eventually all the voters of the city did it and removed him, right? But I was working to have him removed. And there were a pocket of people that are obviously really against that. But I'll never forget, on a thread on a Facebook page or whatever, somebody said, Jess Machado needs to hang from shoelaces. Or how did it go? It said, well, we have a place down here called the Reservation, which is like woods area, like it's a state forest. Somebody said I need to be hanging by my shoelaces in the reservation with my throat slit. And I was like, oh, okay, this is how the internet is. Like, I can put you in your place and I can come up with insults or whatever. But like hanging by my shoelaces with my throat slit was pretty fucking memorable to me. And so just saying, like, the comments that Brian puts out there, like there's not enough lipstick, with a screenshot of my live that he had to take from watching it, that doesn't hurt me. Like the first comment hurt me about, slitting my throat, but the comment about me being fat or my debit card debt getting declined, I find them funny because I've met Brian. I've seen Brian in real life. I've talked to Brian, and to know Brian in that way, like to see him in real life, you would also laugh at all of these comments and not take it seriously. And I love that the besties jump in his comment section and he gets ratioed every single time. But I talked to Brian one of the last times at court when he got the invitation to go to sit in Karen Reed's room, like Karen Reed's side or whatever. And he had like a panic attack over absolutely nothing. He also tried to make it out in the courtroom that like somebody was looking at him and it was a big deal. Like, I don't know, it was Chris, I don't know, whoever was staring at, I can't even remember because it was so egregious. Like, just what are you talking about, sir? You're not the main character here today. We're in a murder trial. And he like bounced, he left. And like, I don't give a fuck if he now wants to hear this, cut this and be like, I have anxiety, or get out of the fucking public eye then, sir, because this is where we're at, okay? And you can drag me every single solitary day and make fun of my weight and blah, 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 blah. And every comment you write about me, the besties send it to me and screenshot it, every single solitary one. And it is so sick that you body shame a woman when 99% of your following are women. Women. Even if you don't like me, then you should come at me about something else. But the fact that you come at me and my body and my looks, Brian, the women are not happy. And it is very obvious in the comment section. You can't make enough sock accounts to counteract the real women who are sitting there and being like, dude, this is gross from a guy. You know what I mean? It's gross. Like, there's a lot of women on here and fake profiles. And listen, Nan wants to make fun of my 6,000 calories. She is on her skinny journey. And so she is very, very snobby about girls that were fluffy, as she likes to call it. And so, but it's Nan and she's a girl and she can do it, right? Jen Altman, she's got wrinkles, like really serious situation going on with her face. And so like her coming at me, it makes sense. But dude, you're a guy. It doesn't make sense in our heads that you would be talking about my body and my face. The only reasonable explanation for all of this is that you are gay, closeted gay. And it would be very on brand for you, Brian, because you don't know how to be yourself. You don't know how to be yourself in person. You don't know how to be yourself online. You don't know how to be yourself in real life. You're over 40 years old. You're 46 years old. Where's your wife? Where is your wife? Where is your family? Where is your marriage? Where are your children? What's going on? Why are you single? Where's your ex-wife? Talk to me about how much you're paying in child support. How much alimony are you paying your ex-wife? Show me any signs of alpha male energy. Please give me something, anything, other than coming on and critiquing my weight. Because you know what? Between that and the pink pocket square, it screams closet gay, Brian. I'm all set with that. And by the way, I love the gays. I love the gays. I particularly love the gays that don't make it about being gay. You know, the gays that are just normal people, just like us, that go around and just happen to like the people of the same sex, which would never have a problem with. It's the other ones that want the whole month of June that get me. Anyway, I have a real problem with it. I have a real problem with what he's doing. I have a real problem with the way that he's like going after looks and stuff. I think it's just a weird look for women. Although I just want to let you know, like, all of the other comments I laugh at. I think it's very funny. I think it's very funny. For the record, I only said something about Daniel's weight after she was like dragging me about being fat. And then I found that she was also previously fat. And I was just like, I can't keep this to myself. This is wild. Let's turn it to society and get a coffee. Oh, there's a little bit of a line. Everybody's getting out and buzz, buzz, buzz. It's Christmas season. We're getting closer to the holiday. So anyway, Bry is just crazy, man. He's crazy. I hope this car doesn't back up into me. This parking lot gives me anxiety like you wouldn't believe. Maybe one day I'll go in here. Nah. Good morning. Just actually said Nanya was beautiful when she was heavy. She was way so speaking of Brian, somebody sent me a picture that Brian, Nan's here. Nan is here, everybody. Alert. 5 days before Christmas Eve, Naniel has chosen to come up to Massachusetts, and she was out to dinner with Brian LTL last night. From what I can tell, somebody sent me a picture. That is exactly what I would be doing 5 days before Christmas if I had children. I would be traveling to Massachusetts to go have dinner with content creators. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. It is 56 degrees today in Somerset and some are not. Coffee. Meow, 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 meow.
Hi, welcome to Society. What can I get for you today?
Hi, good morning. I would love a large iced white chocolate pistachio made with whole milk.
Anything else?
That will do it.
Okay, go for it.
Thank you.
No problem.
So Naniel is local. Naniel is in the Boston area. So funny. Maybe Nan is sleeping with Brian. Just so you know, I looked at that picture and it didn't give vibes like that whatsoever at all. Like I didn't look at that and be like, oh, they're fucking. Like, no, I didn't. It's 56 degrees right now. It's 59 in Florida. Bestie, we the same. Meow, 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 meow. Jess, speak to Lily about your chart. She wants her own. Oh, I love that. Somebody wants their own chart. I love it. Say meow, meow. She's more of a mama to him. Maybe he has shared his real journey with her. Who is Barry Lewis? Barry Lewis is someone who apparently had a online sexting relationship with Nan. I talked to Barry in messages. I don't know Barry. I've never met Barry. I believe Barry lives in Florida. And I believe that Barry, his truth journey here is that who started the truth journey conversation? Like, who used that word? Because I see it bouncing around a lot lately. But I think his truth journey is that he and Nan were like going back and forth. And then like, I don't know how it ended or whatever, but, oh, Jimmy did. Thank you. But I can tell you, and I'm sure that Barry wouldn't care that I said this. I think it would be the opposite. I think he's waited for people to address this for a long time. I have seen the messages between Barry and Nan, and they are uncomfortable for a third party who is not interested to read. And I think he has shared them with me so that he can, like, he wants somebody to just see what happened. He wants somebody to, and unfortunately for Barry, like, he's a little, I was just going to say skedaddled, but like he is a little all over the place online. And I think like how he thinks he puts it out exactly that way and not everybody can follow it. Do you know what I mean? But like, it was a spicy chat for sure. Yes, it's very spicy. Like she sent him some photos and then asked him to to do something to him. It's a morning show. This isn't Bunny After Dark. What do you want me to tell you? What is Barry? Purple Kool-Aid drinker is his handle. I think it is. Not sure my mind can handle a new player. Well, Dr. Trey 7, you should know that Barry was on the Horizon social chart. Remember I said I had him kind of like right on the line right there because of what happened. Yeah, so oh, Barry is not the purple guy. I'm sorry, I don't know. He's not Kool-Aid. Back it up. Sorry, he's Grant's rope belt. A bar. I made a mistake. Grant's rope belt. Jesus, Barry. I'm sorry. I get them confused. Please, someone. Thank you. Barry is Barry Lewis. Purple is someone else. I'm very sorry. Fuck. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I just. Oh, abort. Thank you for all of you. Can you imagine if I just ran with that and I was like, he's purple Kool-Aid, the Grant's rope belt. What a great name. I almost started taking notes. Do not take notes today about me saying that Nan sent Barry Lewis naked pics and asked him to masturbate to that. Do not take notes about that, please. It is Friday before Christmas. Good morning, true crime fan girl. Good morning. We have a mod in the chat. Thank God. Is purple Kool-Aid a Jamestown reference? I don't know. I love you, Jess. Please don't change my mind about what. Help. All right. It's a village. All right. So yeah. So Aiden had a meltdown on his show last night. All right. So so today is Friday. It is the Friday before Christmas. It is Christmas mode. I'm sorry. Last night I was putting candles in all the windows until like 12:45 in the morning. I have a real problem because my house is old. It was built in 1906, but on the first floor in the 90s, they replaced all of the windows with Andersen windows, but they are very big windows. We'll get to Aiden in a second. Hold on. And the windows are big and they are like, it's a 3-panel tall and they crank out on each side. And originally at first I was like, oh no, I love a good window that lifts up. However, it's really just, it makes the house, trust me. I don't love that they changed the windows, but I'm fine with it. The problem is it is not a window sill. And so in order for me to put Christmas candles in the window, it's all wood, by the way. They're wood, but they're Anderson wood. So it's like really good wood. I would never have spent the money on it, but it came with the house. I have to tape the candles to the window. The suction cup things for some reason never work. I have a paranoia about candles falling out of the window and little light bulbs breaking and getting into my puppy's paws. And so I use duct tape to tape these candles to the window. On the outside, my house looks majestic. On the inside, behind the couches, it looks like an arts and crafts project. I am literally just slapping on whatever it takes to keep these candles looking upright, and it's a hot mess. But I was doing that yesterday and doing some serious cleaning, just moving everything out, getting on my hands and knees for something other than your dad. And coffee, and just doing cleaning and getting things ready. Hold on. So anyway, I was cleaning and organizing and getting things ready. I host Christmas Eve. As you know, I usually host on Thanksgiving as well. And this year I gave it to Titi because I wanted peace. She did a great job. I think it might be permanent. And so the suction cups just don't work. I don't know. They just don't work. Somebody needs to come up with a better solution for candles and windows. Also, I need the cords to be longer. It's crazy to me. I have to use extension cords to plug in candles in the windows. Then there's too much cord. I need a candle with a longer cord. Also, I have old ones, vintage ones that I've accumulated through the years from like Savers and Salvation Army. So it's got like the thing that you can switch them off, you use with your thumb and slide it. I'm fine with that. I just need longer cords. And I need them to, I don't know. There's really no way. We're just going to have to rig it every single solitary time. Oh, she literally took, okay. Hi, good morning.
Sorry, it's like windy. I have to like keep this out.
That's okay. No worries.
It's 7:49 today.
It's all set.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks. No straw. Thanks. Merry Christmas. Alrighty. So anyway, yeah, so I'm doing all of the things. I also rearranged a little bit of my living room last night. I don't know, I'll probably change it back. But anyway, it's Christmas. Also, one of the things I do this time of year, don't worry, we'll talk about all the stuff you all want. One of the things I do this time of year is I have a very big dining room table, and I set it up as a gift wrapping station. And as the gifts come in, I wrap them immediately and put them under the tree. Obviously, when my kids were little, we would have to wrap them at night and then put them in the basement or in the attic and hide them because they are built like me and want to see everything. But now that they're older, we don't do it that way. Nice job, society. This one is great. And also now my children buy gifts for other people. So Jack went shopping and brought his gifts. And so intermittently I'm wrapping. My favorite part of this time of year is that every part of the house has a Christmas feel and a Christmas vibe. Right around this time is when I go all in on Christmas. I lean in. My sad part of Christmas is over. And now it is time to like really appreciate every single part of what's going on, because I know, just like all of you, that how Christmas is today isn't going to be like this forever. And it will change. And for someone like me who does not like change, I'm sorry I tried to stop to let you go. Help yourself. You're welcome. Merry Christmas. That guy is smoking a cigarette. You know what I mean? So we're all in. So Christmas table is all set up. Christmas cleaning is going. We do grocery shopping on Sunday and get all of the things. What do I make for Christmas dinner? I do the same thing every year. It never changes. I make a ham. I have a secret recipe for potatoes, like cut potatoes, roasted potatoes. I have a secret recipe for carrots. If you're from this area, it is the recipe from the Abbey Grill that they used to use for their carrots. The Caruso's family, Kathy Caruso's, her parents' recipe. I use that. And a lasagna, a big, huge, double, triple batch of lasagna. It's usually 2 big pans of homemade lasagna. We get minestrone soup from the Venus. We get an antipasto from Mar Raffas. We make all our desserts, all of the pies. And then the bigger part of the meal is all of the appetizers and things that are out. We go hard. We do, we go hard. Probably not. I'm sure all of you are like, that's not hard. We do a shrimp cocktail. We do a charcuterie board. We do pigs in blankets. We do, why can't I think of what else we do? Anyway, we do all of the things, and I host it, and I will never, ever, ever give that up. We are in for a problem this year, just so everybody might want to do a wellness check on me, but God, suffocating to even say it. This will be the first Christmas that Julia will not be crying, will not be opening Christmas presents under the tree in the morning. She will not be coming downstairs. And she won't be with her siblings, and I am so sad about it. I am 100% okay, obviously, with her moving out and buying a house and getting married soon, but I am so sad thinking about that. Go ahead. What are you waiting for? You're looking at me like I just do not know. I am going to be so sad. So sad. I don't know how people do this. I can't make her come home because I want her and her fiance to have their own memories now. You know what I mean? It's time. It doesn't feel like it's time. They're young. They're only 24. They're going to be 25. I wish I had a couple more years, but so sad. So I think now Christmas Eve is going to be even more important, although it always felt that way. But anyway, I'm very sad about it. I will miss her very much. I can't think about like coming down the stairs and just not having her down there. My kids always did it together. I'm sure whatever, everybody has their own story, but my kids always got together and went downstairs together, and then I would come down. And then I have a chair and I sit in front of the fireplace and I have my hot cocoa, and then they open their gifts. Will she come over? Yes, she'll come over later in the day. I think they just want to open their presents in their own home that they've worked so hard for. And so that's it. This is why I'm very grateful for her fiance. He's so wonderful. He takes wonderful care to her. He also, bless his heart, recognizes how sensitive she is. She's still not okay either. I get messages from her all the time where she's crying and she misses home. You know, she misses us. I am pretty surprised at how little I see her. In the beginning, I was like, oh, she'll come. You know, she was like, I'm going to come by on my way to work and you can still make my lunch and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, life just takes over. And so it's not convenient. And I don't see her more than once a week. I always see her on the weekends. And, you know, when they moved out, I was seeing them a lot because we were there helping them with the house. But the house looks great and they're all settled in. And so we're just getting on with life. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I personally am like, let's hurry up and get married. Let's hurry up and fast forward and let's have grandchildren, please. Thank you. I would be like, I will do YouTube shows until I am 70 so I can pay myself to stay home and take care of my grandchildren. All of my children better have children, and they will. Just one. Give me one, please, and I will take care of them. Go do your lives and I will be right here. It is obviously part of my service as a mother that I will do all of the things. I don't care. At that point, we will no longer have this house. I will be living in some sort of like apartment. Jeff and I want a very small little cape in like Westport or Tiverton, as long as it has an outside area where Jeff can go smoke and play his guitar now. And then I will just go to all of my children's homes and watch all of the babies. If you are you're having your first grandchild, I'm not jealous. I believe it all has to come in due time. And I believe, and personally, obviously, I know once you become a parent, it unlocks a whole life of anxiety and stress and also joy and heartbreak. So I'm not rushing it, but I guess I will mentally move on to that. But it's fine. We're going to get through it. I can already see myself coming down the stairs on Christmas Day and only seeing Jack and Georgia and be like, I will hold it together for Jack and Georgia. I would never want them to think that I was sad. I want to give them still these mornings on Christmas. You want to come over? You're a step grandma to 6. Lauren, you are not old enough for that. Also, let's make grandmas good again, fun again, sexy again. Like, I'm only going to be 50, man. Like, like Nan, I wonder what it's like for her to be a grandma. She's so old. So old looking. You're so mean, Nan. You didn't have to do it, Nan. I don't know why you did this, Nan. You didn't have to do it this way. You could have left me alone. You didn't have to write that post about me. Now, I have no choice. Yes, I'm crying over Julia. All right. Okay, so I very much don't want to talk about the Kim situation. I must let that play out, unfortunately. I will say there are a lot of things yesterday that I was like, that's interesting. How about that? How about that? So I recognized very early on when I first kind of talked about my situation with Kim before any of this stuff, I recognized very early on that her followers that are my followers, right? Whoever was watching her show and then came to watch mine, those followers are very protective of her and they like her very much. And not because I was like, oh, I want to keep the followers. I can't say what I really want to say, but more or less like I care about my followers and I don't want to make my followers uncomfortable. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I don't want them to have to pick or choose, like, or anything like that. So, because I really truly believe my followers will come as I put out work and content, and new followers will come. Like, there will be a time, probably post January, when I do my political show, where there are going to be a whole new group of people that come for the politics but stay for the bunny. You know what I mean? Like, I 100% believe that there will be a different facet of people that are going to come to the table. I may lose some people from the politics. I'm already getting the vibe. Some people who are here watching me, listening, didn't know that I was a Republican. I don't know how, but I can already tell that some people are going to be like, oh yeah, this isn't my cup of tea. Like, I wore my Trump sweatshirt the other day and people were like, oh, love you, but hate the sweatshirt. Like, I just have a whole life before this and it was all politics. So, so for the Kim situation, I just didn't want to put like my followers through that because I feel connected to my followers in a way. in many ways. And so I was just like, I'm just not going to go hard on this. But, you know, I've talked to my husband about the Kim situation in the beginning, and I've talked to my girls, and I've talked to Jack about it. And I also talked to a couple of friends about it. And I really needed somebody to give me some sort of like objective take on how I handled that original situation. And the original situation was, and honestly, I've tried so much not to talk about it, but it was obviously coming out in things that was being said yesterday. But the original situation was, I think, very, very simple. Okay. And if Kim wasn't already here in this arena when I got here, this would have been handled a very, very different way. But out of respect to everybody, I try to stifle down situations. So, and I think everybody who follows me now gets it. This is very simple. I never watched Nurse Kim. I don't watch shows during Karen Read. I wasn't watching anything. I didn't know who anybody was except Grant and Aiden Carney. The reason for that is because I was following this case. I was in the courtroom. I was live tweeting, and I didn't really know anything. When Brian found me and asked me to come on, that was really the first thing I knew outside Aiden. You know what I mean? So for me, I just didn't know who these people were. I'm sorry I didn't know who Jimmy was. I didn't know who Kim was. It's just, I was very isolated, self-isolated, okay? So when I came into this thing, I didn't know who these people were. I knew that there was, by the time I started my show, I knew Brian was, I knew who Will was, I knew who Mike Crawford was, I knew who Kim was, I knew who Jimmy was, barely knew who Jimmy was. And I just kind of, I knew who these people were. But also Karen Read was done when I started this. So I don't know what everybody was talking about, to be honest with you. I have no idea. But I did a story on the girl from Dighton that was killed by her boyfriend, the pregnant girl that was killed in Dighton, and how she left the Bethesda house. This was right when I started my YouTube. You got to see a glimpse of what I was doing before YouTube, which was investigative journalism. And I uncovered a bunch of women who had been talking about Bethesda House for a long time, and nobody was listening to them, and their stories about how they got kicked out and how it was inside there and all this stuff. And I had these women come on my show, my Saturday show. It was probably show like 2 or 3 or whatever. And I had them on the show, and Kim came into the comment section, and she was like making comments about it. Like, this is a crazy story. This is unbelievable. As did other people. I don't remember who or whatever. And Kim said, I'd like to do a collab with you on this, like a round table or something. And I was like, okay. And honest to God, the way that I thought about it was, I must oblige that request because she has been here. Wow, it's high tide and it's crazy down here by the water. So I must oblige this request. I didn't want to be disrespectful to Kim and not say yes to that. So I was like, I didn't go, oh my God, Kim wants me on her show. I'm sorry, it's just how I am. Like, that's not how I was. But I definitely was like, I can't disrespect her. I should definitely take her up on that offer. And so I messaged her, and I was like, I'm happy to collab. What's your schedule or something like that? And I sent the message on X, where she is active every day, and I sent the message. And then I never heard from her. She didn't say anything. She didn't respond. Then the next week, I think I was still talking about the Bethesda house on the Saturday show. I didn't have Bunny at the time. And I think she was in the chat again. And I don't know if I did it or I had Erin do it, but I commented, I sent you, Kim, I sent you a message. Like in the chat that she was in talking, I sent the message there on the chat. Like, I sent you a message. And she still did not respond. Now, I didn't take that seriously, but some people were like, just to be clear, because I never said anything. Some people were like, she came in there for a purpose. She saw that you had a little bit of a buzz going. She wanted to steal some followers. And I was like, that's fucking crazy. She has more followers than me. I never bought into that. She did go and do a story, or I mean, a show on the Bethesda house. I don't know if it was like the main part of it, but she did talk about Bethesda house on her show. I don't know if, like, at the time I was thinking like maybe she kind of like had to come into the comment section and kind of like just be like, oh, I'm supporting you here, so that she could talk about it, so it didn't feel like she was stealing a story. I don't know how that works. Like, to me, I don't care if people steal my shit. I put it out first. You're more than welcome to talk about it, because it all comes back to me anyway. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not protective of that. I'm protective of screenshots of public records requests that I work for. Like, credit me on it. Like Howie Carr did that a couple times. Like, they took my stuff and didn't credit me. And I'm like, you know, when I get a screenshot, or when I'm posting like a public document, just so you know, that took some time to get it. You know what I mean? So I don't have a problem though with people talking about my stuff at all. Just not. It's better for me. So I really just didn't fucking understand why she was ignoring me. And I'm not saying I got mad about it, but my mind started to wonder why. Why come on my thing and say I want to do something with you? And okay, you said it. So I'm like, let's do it. And then you don't respond to me. And then I say, hey, by the way, check your messages. Like, I message you, and you still don't do it. I must have said something about it. And I'm not going to say who, but somebody messaged me and was like, you know, Kim and Altman are friends. And at this time, I already had an issue with Jen Altman. I'm not going to get into the Jen Altman shit. But I was like, what the fuck? At the time, I was talking to Courtney and Tina, and I was talking about this to them. And I was saying pretty much what I'm saying now. Like, I'm getting bad vibes from Kim. Something is off. I could understand somebody never coming and talking to me and not fucking with me. But why did you come and ask me to do something and then ignore me? It was very confusing for somebody new to the arena trying to find their way. And I don't ever need to like take that stance on it. Like, I was a newbie and I needed some help, and I was like in my freshman era. But like, that is actually what was going on. Just so you know, like, that is what was going on. I was like, here I am trying to find my way. And you got somebody who's kind of established here, and you're offering to help me. And it's like, well, then why even bother? But because I am an idiot, and I still can't believe it would be nefarious, I said to Tina and Courtney, and by the way, I knew they each had accounts on X, not the burner account that Tina was running rampant with, not the Mayor Neil account. They told me that they had other accounts that they used to look at things. I said, I went into the group message and I was like, do either one of you have an account? Because at this point, I assumed Kim never checked her inbox on Twitter. I understand that is a very stupid notion now. I really understand that, especially knowing how much I use my inbox on Twitter. But I thought to myself, maybe she seriously just doesn't use it. Now, you know, I don't have TikTok, and I guess she had a TikTok thing or whatever. So I thought maybe people communicate. How do you communicate with Kim is where I was at. So I was like, what I would love is if you guys have like an account, send a message and be like, hey, Kim, like, I'm a big fan or something like that. Anything. I don't care. All I wanted to know is, like, does she see the message? I don't care what you say. I just wanted to see if she saw the message. And neither one of them had an account. So I just fucking let it go. But I talked about it on my show. And I guess Kim wanted to set the record straight. And I didn't watch it, but someone sent it to me, sent me a clip of it. And it was Kim basically opening up her inbox live on screen. And basically saying like, I didn't see your message, but the person who sent it to me was like, you got to go watch it because like she opens up her screen and your message and another message was unread, but the messages before and the messages after were read, and her inbox. So I went and watched it myself, and you can see her inbox had Mark Betterow in it. Those messages were open. Like, to me, it was like, okay, it wasn't in like the alternate message box because you got an alternate message box, right? It wasn't even in there. It was in her regular inbox, and the messages before were read and the messages after were read. It was mine and one of the message were not opened. So I'm not being a petty bitch by this. And I don't like that people were being like, you're being petty about this. Can I just say something? The messages before mine were read and the messages after mine were read. How else do you want me to? Yes, David Yannetti messages, Mark, Turtle Boy, all the heavy hitters in this situation. Why are people just making me say like I'm being petty about it? I don't know what else to say. She saw my message and she chose not to open it. That is a fact. And I'm sorry, but like once I saw that, I had a very different feeling. And I was just like, okay, now keep in mind the message is there. I told you I sent the message. I said I message you. Check your messages. In the chat that she was in on my show, not on her show, on my show, she came on my show in the chat and she said something about what I was talking about. And either I wrote it or Erin wrote it. I'm sorry. I said it. I said it on the show. I was like, Kim, I sent you a message like a fucking eager little bitch. I was like, check your messages, trying to play nice, trying to be like, whatever. And I was so like fucked in the head over that. I was just like, okay, what is the reason for this? So as I played that all out in my head, I am very sorry. But at that point in time, if this were somebody that my followers didn't love or whatever, I would have taken a very different stance on this. I would have just been like, fuck this bitch, I'm done. In my mind, it's no harm, no foul. I'm just like, I thought it was disrespectful to me. I couldn't figure out the motivation. I also had the Jen Altman thing in the back of my mind because somebody sent me a message. And so I was just like, like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the problem here is how I'm acting about Kim is how I act about everybody else. My stance is no different. The only difference is people like Kim. Like, people don't like LTL. So how I act about LTL, it's okay. But I have to change how I act about Kim. I've never wished any ill harm on Kim. I don't know. Like, she's very successful with this. I don't know what the problem was here. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I'm just not sure. So yesterday, a lot of this other stuff came out and she put up a post or whatever. And, there's some things in there that I didn't really go over, that I didn't really say. I'm going to say a lot of this has to do with the Olivia and Flip situation. I really didn't know that, I didn't know publicly that it's funny because Aiden commented and he was like, I didn't know you use these words or whatever. And I believe that he didn't know that she uses the pearl clutching. Listen, there was for a time yesterday where, this is crazy. This is crazy. But like, I got that email with the Olivia Flip video, right? Can I just be honest with you? I didn't even remember what was in it because I didn't care about the context of it. I knew it was coming from a person just to give me the audio. I never even really looked at that. I just shared the audio. Only when I had to show like the timestamp on when I got it or whatever, like for people that were giving me a hard time. Like, I was just like, I just didn't know Kim was getting blamed for that audio. Honestly, the other audio situation was going on. So there was that whole thing going on. And so I just didn't know. And then Kim posted this screenshot, and the screenshot, because a lot of people didn't understand, the screenshot was a message between the wife, and it was like me saying, like, I think people are thinking about the Kim thing. Like, there's another whole thing here. And I'm very thankful for some people over the past 24 hours that have shared some information with me so I can put some pieces of this puzzle together, because as much as I was a part of it, I really didn't understand the whole situation. And I'm very thankful for some people who have gone above and beyond and shared some screenshots with me and allowed me to put together a puzzle here that, I'm going to be quite honest with you, I regret every single day since I've done it. I absolutely regret ever getting involved and sharing this audio for everything. I actually regret it more today than I did yesterday, because, or the day before, because I have now seen other things, and I am pretty much disgusted that I was used. And by the way, not just by Aiden, but by other people. And I've seen and heard how people were talking about me in this situation as just some sort of like, just use her. And I didn't know that that was happening. And I am so taken aback by it, in a way that you guys do not understand, almost to the point where the Kim stuff is so insignificant to me at this point. Listen, I understand people don't get it. I have every right in my life to say, I don't like how something worked out with the Kim situation. I don't like it. And I don't want to do this, this, and this, and that's it. Okay. I have every right to do that. And I owe nobody an explanation on that. And if I didn't want to, you know what I mean? If I don't want to fuck with Kim or like Kim or suck Kim's ass or do whatever, either you can like me or you don't. I will not compromise that. If I feel a certain way about something, then I feel a certain way about something. You guys can't handpick like what I do and what I like. To my followers who love Kim and love me, the only thing I can promise you is that I will never talk about it, which, by the way, I've never talked about the Kim thing on my show. Just in the beginning on the Saturdays when we were walking through it, but I've never talked about Kim on 24 and 24. I've never talked about Kim on Bunny After Dark except for the chart. I don't do segments on it. I don't talk about it out of respect for you guys. So I'm going to go back to that, because this is only like a little kind of sideway, but I'm just saying, like, I also have, and since this yesterday, I have more stuff now. So I'm okay with where I am with this thing. I told Aiden, you know, if he wants to facilitate some sort of like a truce between Kim and I'm 100% on board with that. That was before some things that happened yesterday, and I'll get to the Aiden part in a minute, which I have every right to talk about. But at this point, I'm just going to ask that we go back to the way things were, which is like, I would like to not talk about Kim. I want to just do my own thing, and it doesn't intersect at all. And I would never be upset if somebody was like, I love Kim and I want to watch Kim. I would never be upset if somebody said, I can't watch you anymore because I love Kim and I'm loyal to Kim. I'm okay with that. I think you'll probably watch anyway, but I'm okay with that too. I just would like to go back to the way it was, which is I don't talk about it. I have my own feelings about Kim. I keep them to myself, and I have been for a very long time, and that's it. It's okay. I think she has some things wrong, but whatever. And then in regards to the situation about the Olivia and Flip audio, I am now, you know, and I'm hoping in a week or two, I look back on this and I go, okay, so hopefully, Jessica, you now have it in your satchel of things. If somebody asks you to do anything, we go, no, we're not doing anything. Goodbye. Don't ask me to fucking do anything. And by the way, don't talk to me again for even asking me. That's the new take on it. How's that? Because is there any part of my personality that you have seen over the past 4 months that likens me to being the kind of person that would ever do shit like this? It's always the one-time thing. You get one time. You get one phone call. You get one chance. You get one message. You get one ask. And I did it, and that's it. And we are all fucking done. Now we're taking a whole new approach. How fucking dare you? How dare you come over and use me, my skill set, my mouth, my brains? How dare you use my platform? How dare you use my reputation to do your dirty work? Oh, now you're going, so let it be known, like now you're actually like, you're on my shit list now, just for asking. You can't even ask me anymore. Also, just so you know, because of this and because of what I've learned over the past 2 days, I have now unlocked a whole new set of like, not fears, but like things that people do. So now I'm sus about everybody. Now I'm sus about all of you. Even you, Grant's rope belt, or I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm sus about everybody because I'm going to be honest with you. Olivia, are you fucking kidding me? Girl, N-O. I'm shocked. 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 Threw me for a loop. I will say that. Absolutely threw me for a fucking loop. I am an idiot. I am an absolute idiot. So, yeah. So my take on it is, you tried to tell me about Olivia. So, the tea on Olivia is, I have since learned that Olivia was using me to get the audio out. She basically said, from what I've seen, Olivia and this married couple were going to, I'm so upset about this, because no, this is a little different. So it's a little different. I said it already, but it's a little different, because I have receipts this time around. So I thought that, as complicated as this sounds, the way that I understand this now, based on what I know, based on people I've talked to, based on what I've actually seen, Aiden had his own reason for putting out the audio, because Joe Flipperhead was going off about the Karen Reed audio, okay, that Aiden recorded of him and Karen. And Joe Flipperhead was all over the internet saying, he was saying, you know, I can't believe he did this. Now, Aiden apparently knew that there was an audio of him recording Olivia. And the way that it was explained to me with Aiden on the phone when I spoke with Aiden, because I explained this yesterday on Kim's thread, like he's texted me, but then after he texted me, I had a phone call with him. Because I wanted to know, why are you asking me to do this? Give me the take. Give me all of the information. Let me get all of the information. And the information and the way it was to me was Flip is being a hypocrite. Fuck him. He recorded Olivia. And also this audio is so bad between Flip and Olivia. It's going to completely make everybody forget about the pretend audio, quote unquote, pretend audio that is out there about Karen and Aiden. And Aiden was very worried about it violating his bail. He was very stressed out and upset, still hadn't figured out how the audio even got out there. We were still dealing with that whole situation. I always knew, always believed that it was Meredith. I always thought it was from her because he put it on his fucking Facebook Messenger and she had his Facebook Messenger. So that's how I always viewed it, okay? But at the time, this is all very chaotic. And I was like, okay, I will help you. He told me that Kim had heard the Olivia and Flip video and that I thought he told me that Flip sent it to Kim and played it for Kim or whatever. I can't remember. Fucking can't remember that. But I knew Kim had heard it. And I also thought Meredith had it. Just based on him talking, I remember him talking, like him and Meredith were talking at the time or whatever. So whatever, I can't just make myself believe I remember something. I just don't remember how he told me he got it. I don't really know, but he had audio. He also said, I'm going to have somebody send it to you. He never said, I'm going to send it to you. He said, I'm going to have somebody send it to you, which by the way, is a little kind of important here because to me, I thought he really did not want his fingerprints on it. So he had a lackey do it the same way he was having a lackey post it. Like he has people. And I thought at the time it was Kim. That's why in the messages you see that. He said, I'm going to have somebody send it to you. And to me, the only people I knew that had heard that audio were him, Olivia, Kim, Meredith, and then this couple who I don't even know who they are. So this couple, whatever. So anyway, I talked to him. I talked to Joe Flipperhead. Talked to him. And he's just like, yeah, I know. I put the video, the audio out there. I shared it with people. And I was like, okay, we talked on the phone. I'm not saying he tried to like stop me from doing it, but it was a reasonable conversation. It was nothing crazy. And then I got a message from the husband of this couple, and this guy was like, I want to let you know I can authenticate the audio. And I was like, okay. And then I thought he sent it to me. I was actually, in that moment, I was like, it was from this husband and wife. They sent it to me. And I was like, first of all, can I just be honest with you? It didn't matter to me who sent it to me. It was coming from Aiden and somebody sent it to me. I learned at the same time you did that it was actually Aiden. I can't believe that, but whatever. I learned when Kim posted, it was a couple days ago, whatever, but when she posted it and then the pearl clutching thing, because a girl like me, I wasn't watching her shit, so I didn't know. If Aiden can say he didn't know that was her thing, then hopefully people believe me when I say I didn't know, because if he's not watching, I'm not fucking watching. So, and then I talked to Olivia. Then this family was like, this couple was like really working very hard for me to believe them, authenticate who they were and real people. The wife messaged me. She was like, friend requested you on Facebook. You can see who I am and my family. I did. I went and looked and saw she's married and she has kids and she had just had a baby or something. And I was like, this is a real person. This isn't a bot. This is her. I talked to her on the phone. I texted her. And what I really was getting was like, Olivia really was okay with this being out there. She wanted people to hear how mean Nick was to her. And I was like, okay. So Aiden wanted it out for his own reasons, but apparently like Olivia gave her blessing to this. And that's what I really wanted to make sure. Aiden could have asked me all day long, hey, release this audio. But if Olivia was like, no, I would have gone back to him and said, I can't do it. Just so you know. Since then, I have been made privy to a whole plot to put the audio out for Olivia was going to put it out. They were coming out with a way to do it. And then there was a message with them and a group chat, and Olivia came back and she was like, oh, hold on, plot twist. Don't worry. We're not going to do it now. I talked to Aiden and Jess is going to do it. And watching people talk about me and say, she's going to do it. And they're like, she's a real journalist and her integrity, and she's going to keep the sources protected. And watching this conversation happen like today, yesterday, I mean, like in right now in this time, watching all these people use me and my watching messages of people using me and all of my work and everything I built and scraped for in some sort of plot, and see it in messages. And then the other part of it where Aiden was asking me to do it, I was like, oh yeah, so fuck all of you. You know what I mean? Is a big wake up call for me. Real big wake up call. You know, real wake up call for me. I'm going to be honest with you, like the Olivia part about that, not okay with it. Not okay with it. Why? You know what I mean? Even that couple who I know everybody seems to like or whatever, I don't like what I read. I don't like the screenshots. I don't like it. I don't like watching. It's like I'm standing up above in the sky looking down at people talking about me. And I'm like, ew, who the fuck are you people to like use me like that? And also like my kindness of wanting to help people, but the way that it was done, it was just like, we've got her, she's going to do it for us, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I am like shook by it. So my thing here is this. I can't figure it out and I don't really care. But if Olivia had the audio of him recording her, why not just go straight to the police the day it happened and go and file charges against him? Why push it out to the public? Why use me? Why use my platform? Why use the whole thing? Why not just go straight to the police and say, I want this person charged with wiretapping. I want A, B, and C, and D. Why? So as much as a fucking badass I am and all of this shit, I'm very sorry, but I am learning. I saw somebody say, welcome to the internet, Jess. Yeah, it's a weird space. And I don't like it because it makes me look like kind of like a pussy here. Like I didn't know. And I look a little bit dumb, but again, it's only one time. It happens and that's it. So between Aiden using me to get that out there and putting me in a bad situation with that, and now knowing that these other people were using it and blah, 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 like I have such regrets, and I am telling you, it will never happen again. Never happen again. If you ever feel so inclined to call me and ask me to participate in your bullshit, don't do it. Don't do it. You know what? Why? Because nobody really cared about me. Nobody really, in that situation, nobody gave a fuck about me. And I'm not even saying I expected people to. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to care about me. I don't really care. But nobody was thinking about me. Nobody was sitting there and going like, okay, let's work through this. What would happen? What would happen if Aiden told Meredith I did it, and then Meredith shared a screenshot to everybody outing her? Nobody ever thought about it down the line. Nobody. So we are in 2026. We are turning into a savage cunt bitch of the likes of you have never seen. We are carrying grudges. We are not helping people. We are doing absolutely nothing. We are focusing on me, my brand, my shows, and my shit. Don't fucking come at me with your subplots. Don't come after me with your stupid, boring fucking lives. Don't do it. I'm too busy being fucking awesome. I'm too busy being a wonderful mom. I am too busy being a great content creator who does fun fucking shit where everybody laughs and has a good time. I am too busy fucking making Horizon social charts and putting everybody on notice. I'm too busy investigating shit, too busy breaking stories, too busy winning elections, too busy getting friends elected, too busy getting a new governor in here, too busy changing how people vote, too fucking busy for your fucking shit. Grow the fuck up, you dumb cunts. Done. Don't use me. Don't talk to me. Phones off. Do not disturb. Leave me the fuck alone. Fuck with my besties. Fuck with my bunnies. I'll fuck with you. Leave us alone. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm done. Also, taking 100% ownership from my part in it, taking 100% part of me wanting to play nice. I own the fact that I got involved. I own the fact that I did the shit. I fucking hate myself for it. I am very sorry. I fucking did this stupid shit. Dumb, stupid, morons, losers. Weirdos. They're all weird. Every fucking one of them is weird. And I'm sorry, Nick Miller. I'm sorry I participated. I'm sorry this happened to you. Quite frankly, Olivia should drop every fucking charge and move the fuck on with her life. Stop fucking around with people on the internet. Go meet somebody at a bar or the grocery store like the rest of us. Go get married. Go find a husband. Go find a wife. Go fucking have kids. I 100% have taken part in this shit. I'm finding my way. I've said it 1,000 times. I've made some mistakes. I'm sorry for a lot of it. But some people have taken complete advantage of me and who I am. What really fucking is getting me, is reading those messages about them talking about she's a real journalist and all of this shit like that. The fucking path to get to that was so fucking hard. And I've told that story 1,000 times, but maybe you weren't watching. Maybe you didn't know. But I didn't go to college. I didn't go to Emerson. I didn't get a degree. I didn't do any of the shit. I didn't even do any of these jobs for the past 20 years. I raised my babies. I stayed at home. Always wanting to do this. Always wanting to write stories. I waited until my children were okay so that I could get into this. In high school, when Georgia got into high school, I started. Because I didn't want to miss a thing or whatever. So fuck you people. You know, it's like, oh yeah, like so flippantly, like, do you even know how hard it was for me to get here? I'm 49. I'm not 23. I'm watching girls out of college go and fucking cover stories that I am like overweight and old trying to walk to and get to because I know I'm better than them. I know I can do it. Like, get the fuck out of here using me and my work and my integrity so you can do some weird fucked up shit to a guy that you were fucking catfishing on the internet. Fuck you, dude. And I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm done with all of them. That doesn't mean I don't think Meredith's crazy, because she's fucking nuts. It doesn't mean that I'm still not Team Aiden, because I genuinely believe in everything that he does. And in regards to Aiden, Aiden's down bad because Aiden has a fucking mess in his lap. He created a goddamn mess and it is getting to him. And I am all for this era. I am all for him feeling like shit. I am all for him feeling so bad and so down so he can smack his fucking self out of it and be like, I've got to change. I can't do this anymore. Listen. Aiden feeling bad right now about yesterday And I will not share what he said because he called me and apologized. I don't need a public apology because he called me and a lot of people were saying he apologized to Kim or whatever publicly. Fine. I don't really care. I don't need a public apology. He called me and he apologized, and I'm not going to get into whatever he said or any of that stuff. That's whatever. You're talking to a woman here who has left men that she has had children with. Okay. Like, I never have been the kind of woman to give men second chances, or been the kind of woman that, like, if you do something to me, all you have to do is show me you're sad and you cry over it, and I will just move on and forgive you. That's not how I am in real life. Okay? That's just not how I am in real life. Hello?
You're lucky you got put fun wounded.
Huh?
I said you're lucky you got put fun wounded.
Oh,
And I put in. No, you got those like me.
I saw you yesterday. Do you remember? I stopped when you were on Riverside Avenue. Did you need to get a new tire?
No, I didn't need a tire, but
Your rim.
they fixed the rim for me, moved it out, and
Did you go to Somerset Gas to do it?
no.
Oh.
I went to my buddy.
Oh, okay.
You know Jimmy's tire?
I do know Jimmy's Tire.
That's where I went.
So I think it's very funny that yesterday I saw you on Riverside. I thought something had happened to you, so I turned around, and now I'm seeing you down here today.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's Barry.
You're Barry. I'm Jessica. It's nice to meet you.
I think Fortuna, but
Fortuna?
yeah, Fortuna.
Be careful. You live in Somerset?
You know Fisher Way?
Yes. You live on Fisher Way. That's a fancy little area over there.
Over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready for that? Not the first house up on the highway.
Yeah.
The road.
Yeah.
Not the second big one.
Yes.
Third
That's
big
you?
one. Yeah.
How long have you lived in town?
Well, I've been in Somerset all my life.
Your whole life.
All life. Yeah, my mother and father died where I was before. I used to live on the water down there. Hurricane Carol.
Oh,
I had to get out.
yeah.
They moved my house.
Oh, really?
They moved the whole house
Really?
on telephone pole. They
Re-
moved it up the street down the dirt lane.
really?
My mother's cousin.
Yeah.
He said, put a glass of water on the counter.
Yeah.
I fill it.
Yeah.
I'll give you
While the house was being moved,
yeah,
he said, put a what?
$10. I give you $50 if I spill a drop.
Was that in the 80s?
I don't know. 54. Huh?
How old are you?
Me, I'm gonna be 77.
77. I wonder, do you know my dad? Ron Bazalian? Ron Bazalian? He passed away, but you guys are close to the same age. He grew up on Chase Street. Yeah.
I lived there.
Yeah.
Not the first house, not the second.
Third
big
one.
I was the third one. The
Yeah.
mansion.
So what are you doing where I see you putting around town all the time? Now I saw you 2 days in a row. What are you up to?
I'm a crossing guard.
Oh, you're the crossing guard near the high school? I know who you are.
I had to give me away.
I know who you are. You do a good job over there.
What?
You do a good job over there. Didn't somebody
Don't think so.
Didn't somebody get in your face one day over there? Didn't some guy push you or something like that? Or he got in your face and was yelling at you?
Not a woman.
Oh, that woman.
A woman taking a finger.
That bitch. I know. Ew.
Oh, top.
Yeah.
The top said if you get somebody stand there
Yeah.
around the telephone pole,
That's crazy.
just and then tell her, oh, you're all set to walk across. Get the number plate of the car.
Right. I want to let you know that my son went to high school there. He graduated last year. And every single solitary day, I was able to turn into that lot because you were keeping things running smoothly over there. I appreciate you very much.
I do what I can do, but a
Yeah.
lot of people yelling at me and saying you're not supposed to do buses or cars.
You cannot care what people say. Do not care what people say. Don't.
I got one woman stop. I said, you're yelling at me. And I said, you got a kid a little bit?
Yeah.
Little kid goes to other school?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's Stone Hill? I
North.
said, did your kid get off the bus one day at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
You knew?
Yeah, because I'm the one. They told me not to do the buses. They
Oh.
up on the hill.
Oh.
So I said, I'm not listening to them people guys.
You can't listen to people.
Told me, and the principal told me, sorry, I know that they got a new police chief now.
Yes. Chief Tedford.
So now I can do what I want. I do. I send the buses, the cars.
I see you. I saw you do it the other day. Because I go get my coffee at Society and then I drive.
My wife used to do.
Your wife used to.
She got hit.
Ah.
I got hit.
Ah.
I can live with it.
Yeah.
The girl was very happy. She hugged me. kissed
Ah.
me, you can name. And she went to school one day. I was there.
Yep.
The principal said, hey, Barry, I appreciate what you did
Yep.
for that girl.
Yes.
I said, wait a minute, that's me.
Ah.
I said, that Barry?
Yeah.
5 girls ran over to me and hugged
Gave you a hug.
me.
You are appreciated in town. You are appreciated in town. Look, hold on. More stories. Hold on.
We're going to be on vacation in September, I guess.
Yep.
When we do, we should have coffee and donuts at school.
Oh.
The principal says, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Barry, what's this weather we're dealing with right now?
I think they want to meet my wife.
Oh.
The school knows my wife
Yeah.
because she was a teacher there.
Oh. That makes sense.
She was the person guard there.
She was.
And I told her, get out of there. It's too dangerous for you.
Yeah.
I can handle it.
You can handle it. And you have handled it.
I got one guy this morning. He didn't like me.
Oh, Barry, I swear to God, every day of my life, somebody on the internet says they don't like me. I don't care. You can't care about it. I want to be honest with you. I'm doing a show right now on my phone. I live stream every day and I talk to a bunch of people. So they're waiting for me while I'm talking to you. Can I show them you? Hold on.
They know I stand at the corner there.
This is who I'm talking to. This is Barry. He's the crossing guard in town. That's him. All right, my friends.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Please be safe today.
I will.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I almost got hit by a car. But you know who saved me?
Who?
School bus.
Oh, really?
He came down the hill, flying down the hill, and he parked her up.
Ah,
He almost hit the bus. Just like that.
saved you.
Then she saved me, and I said, thank you. No problem, Barry. We don't want to leave. Don't want you to leave.
We need you, Barry.
But you don't know the good story.
I don't know the good story. Are you going to tell it to me?
If you want to hear it,
All right, make it fast.
5 cops came down to me. I'm sitting in my car. I didn't know the alarm system went off.
Oh,
They came home and handcuffed me.
at the bank?
Yeah, they handcuffed me.
Wait, everybody, Barry's saying that the alarm went off at the bank where he stands on the corner to do the crossing guard, and he hadn't heard it, and 5 cops came over to him and handcuffed him because they thought it was him.
A joke. I said, I'm not doing this job no more. I said, we don't want to do it. They love me.
We need you over there, Barry.
Uh,
What are you doing for Christmas?
home.
Home. All right. Well, I probably won't see you before then, so I hope you have a Merry Christmas. You still working?
Oh, no, I'm on vacation.
Oh, perfect. Enjoy it. Stop hitting your curbs on a Riverside Avenue.
This afternoon, I'm all done.
Enjoy your vacation. We'll see you after the holiday.
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right. Nice talking to you.
See ya.
Bye. Hi, thank you so much for your patience. Do you know what that was? That was the Lord Savior Jesus Christ looking down at me and saying, Jessica, move on from the drama. I'm going to bring this man over to your vehicle so you can calm the fuck down and stop crying and put everything in perspective. And look what happens. This is Barry. Barry is dressed, as you can see, like the fisherman on the box of fish sticks in the market. So yesterday this is crazy, by the way, just so you know. Yesterday I was driving on Riverside Avenue, which is not too far from here, on my way to go get Georgia. I was late. And this car, that guy was driving, he's coming back. Holy shit. He's coming back. What's up, Barry?
I gotta ask you,
Yes.
you're gonna put that in the paper?
No, it's not going in the paper.
Not going at all.
No,
It's all to you.
it's on the internet. It's a video.
Just a video.
Yeah. Why? You want to see it?
Can you don't do the bank one?
I will edit it out for you. Yes, of
I
course.
appreciate
You got it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Barry is asking that I edit out the bank story. I will do that, sir. So I'm late picking up Georgia, not speeding because I don't speed, but I'm rushing. He's gone. We heard nothing. And so I see this car on Riverside. Riverside's just like it's one street. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even have, it has a line in the middle, but like it goes all along the river. And I see this white car pulled off to the side, and I see an elderly man. And what bank story? And I see him standing on the side of the car, and he's pretty frail. And you know, because of who I am as a person, again, not a story I would have had to tell you, but I'm telling you. And I was like, fuck, I'm late. But I was like, okay. I saw a car pass him, and I was like, nobody's stopping, whatever. So I stopped, I turned around, I went back, and I was like, hi, sir, are you okay? And he said, I hit the curb with my car because there was a runner, and he wanted to, I don't know, he wanted to move away from it, and then he overcorrected himself and he hit the curb. And so I was like, okay, let's take a look. And it fucked up the hubcap rim area. And I said, oh, the tire is probably going to go flat. And he was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I said, go up to Somerset Gas and go see the guy up there. That's where we get our cars fixed, who fixed Jack's car. And he was like, oh, I don't have the money for that right now. And I was like, oh, I would go up there. And he's like, oh, okay. And it's right up the street. I said, so if you get a flat tire, it's okay. So I leave, right? He's okay. He gets in his car. I leave. On my drive to go get Georgia. And by the way, I wasn't late. It was Georgia was sick. Remember, I was on my live yesterday and the nurse called. I had to go and get her. So I was on my way to go get her because she was sick. That's why I was rushing. On my way for the rest of the ride, I called Somerset Gas. And I said, if a guy comes in with this particular car, an old man, here's my phone number. Call me and I will pay for like a new tire or whatever within reason. And he was like, okay. And I never got a call. So now that man just shows up down here by the waterfront. And there he is. And so this is just a very strange world and life that I lead. My husband always says, if it can happen, it will happen to my wife. And that is exactly what happened. Turns out he ended up going to Jimmy's Tire in Fall River, which is actually where I go for tires because they're all used because I'm not a rich bitch. I have no money and my debit card constantly gets declined. So I go over to Jimmy's Tire in Fall River. If you're from this area, you know. This whole Route 79 corridor that has been completely redone and all of these fancy schmancy buildings with $3,000 a month rents are being built. Jimmy's Tire is like in the middle of it. And he just has used tires. And my whole life, that guy has been there. And I just go there when I don't have money and I get cheap tires put on my car. Right. And That guy will not sell. So they're building all the shit around him. And when I was there not too long ago with Jack's car, I was like, Jimmy, what's going on? His name isn't Jimmy. I was like, what's going on? Like, you're going to sell out? And he's like, he's so funny. Guy is just like, maybe it's something shady going on and I'm just dumb and naive because clearly I am not as smart as I think I am. But Jimmy's tires guy is like, they've come over here and they've asked me to sell this for $1 million. He goes, what the fuck? I don't need their $1 million. I got more than $1 million. The guy only deals with cash over there. Just saying, only deals with cash. So he's holding out. So in the middle of all of these very brand new buildings and fancy restaurants that are going to be built is an old shack of a building that looks like the place from The Great Gatsby. And he won't sell and he doesn't care. Anyway, this guy, Barry went to Jimmy's. And now while I'm talking to you, I'm passing the part of the road where Barry hit the curb. As I was saying, Aiden feeling very sad and bad about all of the mistakes that he's made in his life does not make me go soft and go, oh, okay. No, deal with your mistakes, deal with your problems, deal with them. I'm sad for you, but that is not going to negate accountability. That's it. Team Aiden, I want the best for him. I don't think he should go to jail. I think he's been railroaded, all of those things. But the subplots are all at his own making. I can't believe he orchestrates the things that he does. I can't believe it. It basically causes him so much anxiety. Just, I don't know. So also I get a weird, crazy reputation from some people where I'm like, I'm the worst for him and everything has been so bad since Jess Machado showed up. Yeah, because I showed up and I started truth telling and everybody else here is fucking fake and everybody else has a motive and everybody else has a reason. No, my motive is come on here and tell stories and give you guys tea and let you have those moments where you're like, what? No way. What? Shut up. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. That's what we're doing here because nobody tells you the real truth. Nobody tells you anything. I think that he's in a very bad situation. I want him to get out of it. I've owned my parts of it. Look at, I'm not saying what he said to me on the phone yesterday. You know how fucked up it is and how crazy it is. Like that I know like shit and then I don't say anything and I hold on to it like a fucking ball. And then in some random fucking thread on Twitter, it pops up and I was like, why the fuck have I been holding on to this for so long? If somebody's just randomly got it out on X, what have I done? You know what I've never done? I've never taken screenshots of all of the shit that he ever says and posted it on the internet or sent it to an adversary or whatever. Jen Altman did that. And by the way, if I sent text to Courtney and Tina, it's because it was his legal team. It was people that I could trust. And I still think that I could send them screenshots and they wouldn't share them. Even Tina, because she had them and she never did. So anyway, I'm really excited for my new era in 2026 about not giving a fuck about anybody else but me and my puppies and my kids and my besties and my platform and my channel and all of the fun things and all the political things. You guys saw a taste of it the other night. I had to answer questions. Besties asking me questions about politics. You see me going on a rant. What else? How is it 9:10 and every single solitary spot in the Dollar Tree is filled? All right. I'm going to pull into my driveway in a second and then I'm going to read some comments. I will answer some questions and then we are done. Tomorrow is Saturday. It's the Jess Machado show on Saturday. And so we have a little bit of a show planned, nothing crazy. We may leave halfway and go do a thing or two. We'll see. Not sure. All right, we're turning down my street. Let's go. Why would you play childish games? Me? I don't know. I have no idea. Also, all of the members on here, I made some new stickers or whatever they're called. There's some badges for like as the time goes on, but I made new emojis. I feel like somebody just used Jeff will be here on Saturday. Yes. Hold on. I made a Jess Machado emoji. Wait, did you guys see there's a society emoji? I made a society coffee emoji. I did that. I did a Beaver Moon emoji. I did a Jess Machado show emoji. I did I think that's it. Beaver Moon Society, Jess Machado show. Oh, wait, I can't see it because on here it just shows up as coffee, coffee, coffee. But I have to see how they look. So when I'm done, I'll pull up the YouTube channel. Wait, we did bunny, coffee. Yay. How did I get them? I spent so much time on YouTube yesterday trying to figure out all of the things. Oh, you want a Jesty emoji? I feel like maybe it should be a guitar. Thank you for taking my 911 message last night. A lot of people were messaging me because Aiden started his live stream late, his sex cult, and I did text him, but he did not respond. But at this point, I'd already spoken to him yesterday, so I knew he was really, really struggling. And I sent a message, but I did see that Erica was kind of handling it. And so eventually I'm sure he came on and I heard that people were upset. I will do one ask, and it's a very rare ask from me because I do not like people telling me what to do. My one ask is to leave him alone about anything relating to me. Don't make him apologize to me because he already did privately. And that is far more meaningful than anything that goes on the internet because it was a conversation and he talked about it and there was some depth to that conversation. Do not drag him about anything related to me. I just feel, especially going into the holiday, I think everybody deserves peace. I don't want my followers to not follow him. I don't feel like I have that kind of power. I understand like we create an emotional space here, but like I really do feel that there is a good person there who is deserving of all of this. I actually feel like everybody is deserving of some peace, especially going into the holiday, all with the exception of Brian and Nan. I just don't think those two people deserve peace. They literally have created their own they just don't deserve peace. So go forth and do what you will against those two, but everybody else let them be, including Kim and all of those things. Okay. That's that. Also, everybody needs a break. I can't toggle back and forth, and I still didn't bring my laptop, but you guys would not believe the email that I got last night. I got an email from someone. Should I just go in the house and read it to you? Like go in the office and read it? I got an email last night late from someone that said, "Hi, Jessica. You don't know me. You want me to read it?" All right, let's go in the house. It gets chaotic. I think it's early enough that Jeff's working from home today. Hold on. All right, hold on. Fine, let's go in the house. Fine, let's go. Also, it's raining. Hold on. Oh, guess what's on my back porch? A box of holly. We want all the spiders out of it before we do anything with it. Okay. Hi, sweet boy. Hi, Quincy. Hi. I'm just doing my live and I'm just transitioning up into the office. Almost kittens. Are you letting them out? I did this morning, but are you doing it right now? Thank you. Hi, puppy. I'll be back down in a minute. I have to turn the heat on because everybody's still sleeping. Okay, hold on. We don't sleep with the heat on at all. Can you guys hear me? Georgia is better. Today's a half day. So she wanted to. All right, we're could actually transition to the laptop right now, but she is feeling better, thank you. Yeah, my house is cold, even though it's warmer outside, but we shut off the heat completely in the house at night. No matter what, because we all have an issue with heat and sleeping. Hold on, I'm just starting my laptop. So the house gets really cold overnight. Also, you can make yourself warm under the covers. We don't need. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't even like go to like 60, it goes off. So it's freezing in here. All right, here we go. So I got this email last night and I'm going to read it to you. And then you guys let me know what you think. It is raining here now. Yes. Jeff is grouchy. Clearly hasn't had a Celsius yet. Clearly hasn't had a cigarette yet. Walking around in the kitchen like a zombie. Okay, sorry, this is taking a second. Yeah, I completely shut it off. We have an older system, so it makes noises. So actually, this is crazy because now I can look at the emojis. I'll pull it up, but let's get the email because that's what you're here for. So okay, ready? And this involves a little bit of drama that you guys, okay. It says, "Hi, Jess. I wanted to share something with you because I think it is important that you hear it directly and honestly. Christopher Thibault from the New England Conservative Coalition is the person who made the video about you that ended up being shared widely by Kayla Churchill in Freetown. He openly discussed this at an event the other night and has been telling people for months that he was behind it. He said he provided the video to someone on X, and for all of you watching, that is Kate Peter, who then circulated it broadly. I know this because I am a member of and have worked with the New England Conservative Coalition." So I'm going to pause right there because I know these are things and names that people don't understand. But down here in Somerset, there's a guy named Christopher Thibault. He's a kid. He's like in his early 20s. And he started this thing called the New England Conservative Coalition. It's like this subgroup of like, you know, it's just like weird or whatever. Thibault, it's Thibeault, Christopher Thibault. He lives in Somerset. And I noticed I didn't notice, somebody else in town noticed he was like doing some recruiting to get people to run for office. And the girl is part of our committee, our Republican town committee. And she said, we should ask him to join us. And I was like, well, yeah, let me talk to him. Like, maybe he doesn't realize that we have a group, like, and if he's young and he's active and he's doing stuff, like, let's get him to come over to the committee. And so I called him and there was some weird red flags right away. And I was just like, maybe we don't want to bring him on board. But I was basically mitigating like whether or not he was going to be too much of a problem. And I was like, I think he should just come to our meeting or whatever. Somewhere along the lines, he joined forces with Kayla Churchill and we had a major problem with him. He showed up to a meeting and he swore with Kayla. It was the one where she was recording us. He has really kind of been like
I guess like a little bit of a menace, but like I don't take it seriously because he just has no platform. You know, he does like a podcast and he's got 30 views. Like I don't, again, like we don't fuck with people unless there's 10,000 views. This is not even, this is very much nothing. And also I'm convinced that when people do see him or follow him, then very quickly they're just like, okay, this guy is a weirdo, just a weirdo, right? So if you guys remember, Kate Peter put up a video on me on X. It didn't really get any traction anywhere, but that exact video is the video Kayla Churchill shared all over Facebook. And that really kind of like ultimately led to me losing my studio. So again, he apparently, according to this person, he is the one who made the video, or he's at least claiming he did, and that he sent it to Kate Peter, which I find so strange because Kate Peter said that she made it. And I know she's crafty. So like, was it her or was it this guy? I don't know. So this person is saying, I know this is true because I'm a member of and have worked with the New England Conservative Coalition. She said, being involved has made me reflect a lot. I initially thought I would enjoy this role much more, but over time, I have seriously considered distancing myself due to the constant internal conflict and unnecessary infighting. Christopher regularly removes people from the coalition or quits himself whenever there's a disagreement. He often takes credit for others' work and ideas, and there is a reoccurring pattern of disregarding the contributions and concerns of the team. Gets better. He has also mentioned to us that he plans to do a podcast with Turtle Boy focused on you and broader local and statewide political drama. And he seems to find the situation very amusing, particularly because others are being blamed while he manages to avoid all accountability. At this point, I am increasingly uncomfortable with how he treats people. Many members of the coalition have raised concerns with him, but nothing changes. It feels like he prioritizes attention and control over collaboration and integrity. I don't say this lightly, but I have come to realize that his behavior consistently damages organizations and people around him. I felt it was important to let you know what I have witnessed firsthand. What you do with this information is entirely up to you. Lastly, I am so very sorry about your studio or show. The few times I watched, I enjoyed it. I can't say I was an official bestie, but I was a fan. Happiest of holidays. And they drop screenshots, which I'm not going to say because I don't want to compromise, but I've got screenshots of stuff that include the Jessica Machado Files video that Kate Peter shared, and that it originated with Chris Tebow. So I just want to say this is a pretty crazy email to have received. I don't know what to think about it. If we weren't in the middle of some serious drama, I would probably call Aiden and be like, sir, there is a kid out here who is saying that you and him are going to be doing a podcast about me. And I find the whole thing pretty crazy. This is just, again, this is what happens in my life, the craziest of things. So I'm really open to like understanding that. I did verify that this person looks legit. And it's just pretty crazy to me. That's all I don't know what else to think about it, but I figured I would share it because I got it last night. Let me look at some comments. Everything is about perception. Yeah, I agree. Well, so, right, I'm learning the hard way, but can you sue them for defamation because of the loss of your studio? That is a great question. Just so you know, defamation or somebody saying false statements about you have to have some sort of tangible result or something happened. And me losing my studio ended up becoming better for me. I have more viewers now because I told the story about what happened and people were like, what happened? She lost her studio? Oh my God. And people were like, now I want to watch. What is this girl doing that is causing people to try to take her out? And so since I've lost the studio, I have more views, more followers, more subscriptions that ultimately lead to more revenue from YouTube because of views. So does that make sense? So I don't go crazy with defamation because I keep winning after people do mean things to me. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I have to be in a worse place than what I was. Like, my emotions and how I feel about what Kayla Churchill did, that's not illegal. Me being upset or sad or crying about it is not, it's not illegal, unfortunately. I just keep getting better and pivoting from that. And so, okay, so I'm just going to, what happened to Erin, I've already talked about this, but it's like consistent people coming in here and like trying to bait me on this. This has been discussed. And out of respect for my friend who I've known for many years, we will not discuss it. I am going to stop people from asking about it because it's not any good for her. Erin and I disagreed on show things when the whole thing happened with the Kayla Churchill video. I very clearly stated this. It is not something that I'm going to be talking about out of respect for her, and that's it. And I'm not talking about it. We disagreed on how I was handling what was going on at that time. And it caused Erin to say she was not going to do the show. There was a moment there where Erin might have done the show from home or remotely, and everything was changing at that time. And it was just best to not move forward. That's it. I'm very grateful for what she did to help me get the show going. I'm very grateful for, her taking on moderating and all of the things and for her guidance. And I love Erin. And it is just, this was a business thing. And, you really can't be in business with your friends. We weren't in business at all. We were just I was starting a podcast and she offered to help. But like Erin, on how Erin wanted me to handle the situation and how I wanted to handle it, or maybe how I did handle it, just didn't jive, and that's it. So there's nothing more to it. That is it. But you can't keep bringing her up because she does not want to be talked about. But I'm saying that so everybody understands, like, we're not doing that. So stop asking or you're going to get blocked. And that's it. Romy saying, hit the button, like button, bunnies. Can somebody drop the new emojis now that I can see? I want to see what they look like. Who shuts the heat off? I do. All right. So like on a night like that, the heat is off. Like if it's going below like freezing, we leave the heat on, but it is we're talking 60, 58, no heat. Oh my God, look at the beaver moon emoji. I fucking die. Stop it. Look at them. OMG. The society one needs to be changed. It needs to be black with white letters. I'll do better. I'll fix it. Look at, we need a we did it, Tommy. We need a Quincy emoji. Oh my God, look at the beaver. The beaver moon is my favorite. Look. Oh my God, thank you. Look how cute. We need one that says meowser. All right, so let's see. Were there any things or questions that I missed? Oh my God, thank you. These are adorbs. Look at the beaver one, the beaver moon one. I love Shane VH. Jess, are you going to answer me? Ask the question again because I'm just in front of the laptop now and so I can see it. So Shane VH, ask the question and I will answer. What is Shane? What's the question? Alley Cat saying, what's the question? You can schedule a newer thermostat. Yeah, no, this is an old house. We don't have that. Now Baker is done. What happened with Baker? Try to make them round. Okay, thank you. Okay, Sean, it's all you or whoever that person was. What is the question? You can all text me. I didn't answer any calls or texts yesterday because I was just dealing with it. What happened to Baker? Shane was asking about lurkers on the Horizon Social. Okay, that person just isn't asking the question. Oh, you said you would add lurkers section to the whiteboard. Okay, I will. Would you like me to do that? I'm not going to do it right now. Tonight is the fundraiser. Baker is just done with side stuff saying focus on fundraising. Cryford went at Baker. Oh my God. Antisocial is saying, Jess, I think you're killing it. You're doing great at this. We love you. Thanks. Yes, I will add a lurker section in the chart. Using grifting all the time is like people who are saying you are anti-Semitic or racist. It is zero meaning these days. It's called capitalism. This whole thing, listen, we can't talk about money. It's very weird. Although I'll be honest with you, I've been researching YouTube and like trying to understand it more. And I've been watching videos of people that share like what they do and how they, and like, I'm not kidding. I get very specific. I Google how much money I make when I have 8,000 subscribers on YouTube. And there are people who make videos and they show how they've built their YouTube over time. And I've got to be honest with you, I was right about this. Like building my platform on X first and coming to YouTube with a already existing base basically made me bypass the whole slow growth part of YouTube, which by the way, all of the YouTube creators that you watch all had, you know what I mean? Like they all started off with a few views and like, do you know what I mean? Like I was right about this, like joining later was the right thing to do. And that it was an extension of something else, not just this. And so I pay attention and I work. Believe me, I want to share with you every day, like my ad revenue and how much that changes and how much it's gone up and like the goals that I set and how I crushed it for last month. But the month before was just terrible. And I was like, I am never going to get past this. I will venture to say to Brian and to Nan, there will be no need to lock my debit card in January. Okay. Like there probably won't be one going forward. Like as long as I can continue to be authentic and be fun and honest and share and then add all of these things, like we're going to be great. And I can't help but think that that is part of it because I remember talking to Brian one day and he talked about, I'm an idiot. Again, I was stupid. And I was just like, do you make money at this? Like, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, and I was like, huh, like how much? You know what I mean? And he wouldn't tell me. Nobody wants to talk about it. I don't know. Like, and then people, like somebody put a comment on YouTube and I think I left it there and it was like, you know, I'm all done. Like watching you grift, watching Jeff's Venmo getting placed. It was all about the money. It's, for me, for right now, it is because I need to be able to make a living doing this. Why is that wrong? Why are people like Aiden makes a living at this? Why can't I? Why can't I? Mike Crawford makes a living at this. Brian makes a living at this. Why can't I do it? Why can't this be my thing? It's so weird. I'm actually weird about the things people do. I feel uncomfortable when I see those $99 things in there. And I'm like, I feel uncomfortable. People are just weird. But I can tell you when I'm at home and I'm looking at numbers and I'm like seeing like AdSense or whatever it's called, like you gotta like, I don't know, you look at it and it basically tells you how much they're paying per 1,000 views. That number seems to change all the time. But the number is crazy. The December number is crazy. I can't even really believe it. I screenshot it and I send it to TT and TT's like, shut the fuck up. I was like, I know. I think they get jealous. I think they're jealous. They probably have had it. They know how much I'm definitely not making what people were making during Karen Reed. These people must have been fucking rolling in cash. Just knowing what I know now, they must have been rolling in $1,000 to me for 6 weeks of shows was peanuts to what Brian was probably pulling in. He was just probably making thousands and thousands of dollars. Oh, and I'm not doing it on a Karen Reed trial. No, not doing it. So while they are streaming, whatever, do what you want. That's why you're not making any money now. That's why you're mad at me. That's why you don't like me. Not my problem. Not my problem. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Yes, you can, and the only ones crying are those who lost their income the moment they went after you. I don't know about that, but I can tell you, I look at everything. I'm really trying very hard. And that's it. What does meow mean? Meow, 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 meow is the story. Ben Rosa. The story is that I shared that I have a secret language with my husband and that it has saved. Hold on. Susan's Art says, I can't pass 654 subscribers. What am I doing wrong? I haven't posted anything in about 6 months. Are you used to do auctions and interviews? And my partner used to come on and do rants. Susan, message me. I'm certainly not one to help, but I'm very willing to like give you my take on it. Meow, meow, fucking meow. Cryford lost his meal ticket, Bettero. That's another thing too. Like I never had people on my show. I never had guests that drew, like I did in the beginning because I thought that's the way to go. If you look back at the Jess Machado show, it was like, oh, schedule guests, because everybody was scheduling guests. And then I realized I don't need guests. I can just be here with the besties. I'll try, especially in the political show because I want to interview people. But I realized very quick that you didn't need guests and it's also weird. So anyway, also when everybody's done, go sub to Susan. Why not? Go sub. I don't know what you do, so don't fuck me over and have a weird channel. Everybody go sub to Susan. Meow 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 is Jeff and I talk to each other in cat language. We've been doing it since we got married like 12 and a half years ago. And I told the story about how sometimes it has like saved our marriage where if Jeff is in a bad mood or whatever, he'll call me and I have to feel out what kind of a mood he's in by whether or not he uses the words, hi, Mauser. So like if Jeff calls and he goes, if he has to call me and I answer the phone, I go, hello. And he goes, hi, how's it going? It's usually a problem or he's in a bad mood or something happened at work or whatever's going on. But if I pick up the phone and Jeff calls and he goes, hi, Mauser, then I know that Jeff is in a really great mood. And then I have to respond, hi, Mauser. And if I don't, he will go, I said, hi, Mauser. And I will go, hi, Mauser. And then we will talk in cat language about whatever needs to be discussed. Like, Mauser, what are we going to have for dinner today, Mauser? And he will say, I don't know, Mauser, do you want to have, what did we have last night? Pastrami sandwiches? And I'll go, yeah, Mauser, I'll go to the market and I'll get pastrami. Okay, Mauser, blah, 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 blah. And we will do that. And then at the end, he'll be like, all right, so I'm going to come home and I'll be like, all right, I've got to do this. Georgia came home sick, blah, 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 blah. That is essentially where meow, meow, meow came from. And it is morphed into other things too. Like, for example, Jeff and I sing songs in cat. We sing Come Sail Away by Styx, Phantom of the Opera. We just meow. We meow, 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 meow. And then I shared that with you guys because now I've taken something that only Jeff and I have known about. And I have some friends that know. And now I've done it to all of you. And that's where the meow came from. And if I had it in front of me, but it's over there on the other side of the room, one of the besties sent me a license plate that says Meowser on it. So that's my nickname for my husband. And Cyber Chick Boston, my channel is new. My goal is 500. What do you have? Jess, you do not want to watch Broken Baker. He is crying. Why? Who is my favorite band? Hold on. Who is my favorite band and artist? My favorite band is Kings of Leon. And my favorite artist is probably, I don't know, I listen to a lot of Lindsey Buckingham and Jackson Browne. Hold on. Let's go over to Broken Baker and see what's going on. Is he currently on right now? Let's go. I want to go look. You guys can hear me, right? Is he currently live? Hold on. Oh, well,
know what these idiots are trying to go out there and think they can scare. It's cute that they think my own name is uh,
I was not subscribed to him.
it's cute that they use these tactics. This, ladies and gentlemen, are what all these weirdos are doing right now on the Twitch web. They are trying to get into everyone's DMs, having everyone talk shit about each other, so they can sit and feed it to whoever they like. Mike from the Young Jerks yesterday chose that we are now enemies. I have never said a bad thing about Mike
What?
because I didn't want to, because I am not the type who's gonna go out there and shit talk. He has tried multiple times to get me to fight
Hold
him
on.
online,
Hold on.
but Mike,
Do I have a motion to leave my live and let's go to his? This has been 2 hours anyway. Can I get a second? Maybe I'll do a live again later. Do you guys want to leave here and go to Baker and show some love? Okay, motion. Can I get a second? Okay, thanks. Let's go over to Broken Baker's channel and drop some bunnies and go give him some love right now. Okay, goodbye. I love you all.